Hey, shalom, shalom, Akyam, Wagwa. First and foremost, I like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakwadash. I'd like to proceed this lesson with giving double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, who have the 100% truth, man, according to the Bible. Without further ado, I'm going to get into this in transit, man. I just want to speak a little bit on, I have this precept pulled up right here, man. Let me just go ahead and read it. And it reads, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. Get the full thing. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." And what the scripture means is it's talking about, the Israelites, man. Hey, there's also scriptures that says many are called but few are chosen. But nonetheless, this scripture right here is talking about, the brothers in this truth, man. The brothers in this truth pushing the word. This is what this main scripture is about, man. The ones out here, the brothers out here on the streets, on the corners, the prophets, man. The brothers pushing the GMS doctrine all the way to 100% truth. It says, it reads again, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." Because once you come into this truth, man, you should know this is a very, dire situation, man. Just for edification's sake, I'm going to just pull over real quick, man. I'm not too wise to be, driving it on the phone, man. Call Ayabashim Shire is a park right here. But it says, oh, man, hey, Satan just hopped on me, man. I forgot what I was saying, but let me go back to this. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation," Oh, call Ayabashim Shire. Because I said this is a dire situation, man. We should know what we're getting ourselves into, man. Dire, man. Meaning of a situation or event extremely serious or urgent, of a warning or threat presaging disaster, man. I'm not too sure how to pronounce that, but dire warnings about breathing the fumes. Hey, that's the spirit though, man. These 2/3 and these other motherfuckers they're gonna breathe the fumes of that thermonuclear radiation, man, and that fire, bro. Hey, call out about Shimmy on shy, man. But nonetheless, just let me read this again. Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation." Because as soon as we pick up this, this plow, man, demons attack us, man, in all certain ways, man. Through families, through friends, through jobs, through finances, through cars, situations, your engine might have messed up, alignment, you need an alignment, you need some tires, brake, the list can go on, man. But every little thing like these, our little spiritual darts, man, the Satan trying to throw at you to get you off of your course, man, to irritate you, to get you out of your spirits, to make you act carnal, man. To make you, act out of your character, man. That's what Shaitan does. He makes us act out of our character, if we let him, man. That's why I'm saying every little thing like this really does matter, depending on situations. I'm going to go jump down to verse 2. It says, "Set thy heart aright." Set your mind aright, man. Set thy la'av. My heart means mind, man. But in the Hebrew, it's la'av, man. Set thy heart aright, your la'ab, and constantly endure. We constantly have to endure certain, irritating, agitating, situations. And constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble. Whenever you're in trouble, man, even if you're, good or bad, man, you should always keep the Lord in your mind. Let me get this precept, man. Always keep the Lord in your mind, man. And always pray, man. This is the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 17. It says, pray without ceasing. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of Yahweh and Hamashiach Yahushua concerning you. You know, hey, let me just get this one, just to edify more, man. Hey, call out Bashem Yahshai. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. And it says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. You know, hey, let me just go to scourgeth, just to like edify, man. Look up the definition of scourge. Especially one used to inflict pain or punishment. The Lord is going to punish us throughout this walk, man. You know, don't think this is going to be easy ass fucking walk. Because it's, you know, just like the apostles and elders say, you got to remember what you're signing up for, man. What you got yourself into now, you know. And if you know that you're a Jake, hey, you already, and you drop the plow, man, the stripes is way more on you because you know that you're an Israelite and you were out there and you already showed your face, man. So judgment is going to be way harder for you if you drop down the plow and don't keep enduring, man. You know, but nonetheless, an instrument of punishment or criticism, a cause of wide or great affliction. Afflict, chastise, man. See, that's the spirit. Chastise, bro. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son who he receiveth. Verse 7, if ye endure chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, and are ye bastards and not sons? Man, if y'all niggas got what you want in this world, the Lord ain't dealing with y'all, bro. Y'all bastards for real, because y'all don't got the Father, man. You might have your worldly father, whatever, but that don't mean shit, man. You need the Lord, but Yahweh. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. You know, we got to, hey, pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, believe in Yahweh Shai, man, because, hey, he's the mediator to get to our Father, Yahweh, man. You know, Yahweh Shai is, and it reads, verse 9, furthermore, we have had fathers of our, hey, that's the spirit, man. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? Man, that's the spirit right there, bro. You know, shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father in spirits and live? So basically, this is saying we had, you know, just what I just said. We had fathers in the flesh, man, that had corrected us, you know. But how much more not should we, you know, listen to our spiritual father, man, the Lord that created us, our spirits, you know. It's according only to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because that's only who the Lord's dealing with. You know, verse 10, for they verily for a few days chastened us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, after it yieldeth the peaceful fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. You know, hey, the Lord's gonna give us our reward, man. There's this one precept, man. You know, I don't know what I can remember, man. You know, but hey, in every little situation, man, we gotta pray to the Lord, you know, and believe on him that he's gonna help us out, man. Hebrews 11, man. Just let me get this one. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, man. You know? It's a lot before it comes out of my mind. Let me see. Let's get this whole one right here. We'll probably, you know, close out with this one, but this is Hebrews 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You know, this is, you know, we have to have the faith that, hey, everything that we go through, man, is for a reason, man. It's either for our own, it's either for our own betterment or for our, demise, man. And it really is a double-edged sword, man. That's why you got to put on the spirit, then throw off the carnal lens, man. Put on your spiritual lens, man. Throw off those carnal lens. I love that. Hey, that's the tongue, bitch ass. That's the spirit, man. Put on your spiritual lens, throw off the carnal lens, man. I love when the apostles will say that, man, because that's true, man. Furthermore, coming into the times that we're coming into, there's the book, Psalms chapter 19. To close on out, gotta handle some errands right now. Psalms 19. Verse 8, man. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes, man. This truth, man, it enlightens our eyes, man. Those who have eyes to see, those who have ears to hear, ye are blessed, man. Call Laya Bashim Shai for giving us the eyesight and the ears to hear, man. Verse 9, the fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward, man. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Keep back thy servant also from sumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O power, my strength, and my redeemer. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, man. With that, I hope this, insight and lesson was edifying to the elect, man.